in the three-point variance. I think this is a game that's really built around the first key, Pete, which is all energy. You'll see basketball go in, and then you'll see automatic press.
There are the three officials, Hartness, Runnegarb, and Johnson, who will call the game this afternoon. Glad you're with us on Sports South. Memphis Tigers in the midst of a 7-game homestand against Austin Peay. This is Herdy Lawrence on the throwback. Catch and shoot by Will Triggs, a junior from Edwardsville, Illinois. Had 9 points against Oakland City on Wednesday, 88-63. The Governors got the win that night. Tigers also in action on Wednesday night, beating Ohio 84-58, a dominant offensive performance from the Tigers. Adonis Thomas on the post-up, spins baseline, sends it, can't score it. Shaq Goodwin, offensive rebound. He had 9 rebounds against Ohio. Thomas for 3. Adonis Thomas just 3 for 21 from long range coming into this ball game. Rings the bell from downtown.
You see Austin Peay every time down is going to be a set play. They go too high post, they'll pick down, come out, then they'll do a, some sort of cut, and they'll try to get an outside pick. Every time down, you'll see a pattern offense.
They are a very, very young team, and a rare occurrence. Nobody on the roster a preseason all-conference pick. Shot clock down to 10 for Herdy Lawrence. On the feed, a travel as they try to go inside. Travis Betran not able to make the move.
Noon games are interesting, Pete. They're fun because, it's right in the middle of the day. But for a player, this is usually when you're doing a walkthrough. This isn't time to play basketball. So something early happening with energy helps. And I think it's got to be on the defensive side.
Joe Jackson with a miss. A look ahead, and nice job getting back by Stan Simpson to get the deflection out of bounds. Tigers averaging 73.5 points. Governors averaging 72.5. But the Tigers very stingy on the defensive side, allowing just 65.5 points per ball game. Campbell on the flash and the pitch out. Triggs trying to make his way against Shaq Goodwin. Shot clock down to 13. Triggs causes a collision, and it's a travel. So 2 travels the last 2 trips for the Governors.
2 big guys going out picking on the little guy, weren't they? How about Shaq? 25 feet from the basket. Great hands, great feet. Forces the turnover. Good help by Simpson on the inside.
Tigers shot 51% against Ohio on Wednesday, and they forced 17 turnovers, Sean, and turned those into 23 points.
Yeah, you don't shoot 51% if you take them 30-footers.
Deflection by Herdy Lawrence. He will take it the distance, flip it up, and flip it in. Herdy Lawrence was held scoreless against Oakland City in 23 minutes. He's averaging 3.5 points per game. Austin Peay with the early lead. Goodwin working the offensive glass, trying to create space, hooks it up, no. Simpson taps it out of bounds. Tiger fans thought it was off of Anthony Campbell, but it will be Governor's ball.
Well, our key was for Memphis to do exactly what Austin Peay's done. We talked about shooting 50% last game for Memphis. It doesn't happen, as we said, from long-range shots. It happens because of turnovers turned into baskets. And you can see, if you're just going to rely on 15-foot jumpers, you're in the high 30s, low 40s. You have to get turnovers into baskets to get in the 50s.
Lawrence calls for a screen from Triggs. Governors have won 2 of their last 3. 10 to shoot for Triggs. Betran trying to create off the bounce. Jackknifes one up off the glass and in, and Austin Peay 6-3 lead. Betran leading scorer for the Governors at 15 a game. Had 18 against Oakland City. And the Tigers turn it over again. Betran and Triggs bobbled. And a takeaway for the Tigers. And then a deflection by Lawrence.
Well,
like you said, noon start a little early.
It's just both teams right now are kind of playing sloppy. We highlighted Travis early. Watch how he uses his body. Gets in, see how he gets in? That's how you create space, move the basketball away. More importantly, he went to the glass. It's a nice play. Boy, Memphis is not handling the ball at all, and you go, okay, awfully early for substitutions. Well, guys sitting on the bench are always ready to play.
Antonio Barton and DJ Steffens into the ball game. So Simpson and Crawford will sit, as we haven't even played 4 minutes here in the first half. Tigers perfect 4-0 on the home floor this year. Steffens, high-low feed, Goodwin. And a foul called on Hurdy Lawrence.
The foul starts Austin Peay, number 22, Hurdy Lawrence, is for personal foul.
Big wide body, Pete. Sometimes you don't throw it where your guy is if he's got him sealed off like that. You throw it away from the defender because then you got momentum going to the basket. Shaq's got good hands, good feet, and if you're a big guy and you use that, well, all of a sudden, instead of taking 20-footers, you're taking 5-footers. And, you're getting a lot better percentage shots close to the basket.
Goodwin, a very good free throw shooter for a big man, 83%. He made 8 of 10 Wednesday against Ohio. And a violation as Antonio Barton stepped over the three-point line.
Well, it's a set rule. It's an easy rule. That isn't always enforced, but regardless, it is a rule.
Tigers extending their defense, but the pressure broken easily. Triggs right down the lane, a scoop, no score, but followed in by Chris Horton, who is on the same AAU team in Decatur, Georgia, with Shaq Goodwin.
Horton in sky, too. Very, very athletic. Good player.
Jackson thought he had a seam. Corner three by Barton. It's through. Antonio Barton, 43.5% from beyond the arc. First triple for the Tigers this afternoon. Sean, you had talked about 6 being the magic number for the Tigers, who shoot 34% from beyond the arc.
I really thought I'd see more on-the-ball pressure out of bounds than Memphis is giving. I think they're giving Austin Peay a little bit too easy run up the court.
Campbell on the feed to Horton, stolen by Shaq.
Oh, he's a good one.
And Adonis Thomas apparently took a shot to the face, and he is down.
I think he caught an elbow.
He is down and in some discomfort. And the fans not happy that there was not a whistle as the play headed to the other end of the floor.
Well, this is a
flagrant one. First personal foul on Horton, second team foul on the Governors. So Joe Jackson shoots a pair here.
You know, Pete, if you've never done it, shooting free throws without anybody around the lane, it's so hard. You never practice it, with people in the stands. Right. Usually when you practice, you have kids under the basket, and all of a sudden you're looking around for some friendly faces, and there's none there. It gets to be a little lonely up there. That's a nice job by Joe. Well, let's see if this turns. As I said, I haven't liked Memphis's energy early. The turnovers, I think, because of the lack of concentration, and I think lack of concentration because of lack of energy. Well, Jaron Johnson's in. It'll pick up now.
It will. 21 points against Ohio on Wednesday night. And Josh Pastner said he plays with such a high motor that he really brings everybody's energy up, because if you can't hang with Jaron Johnson, you're probably not going to be on the floor very long. Barton with a fadeaway. And the rebound, Chris Horton. Horton averaging 6.5 rebounds a game, along with 9.5 points for the Governors.
Austin Peay does a good job of staying in front of you, Pete. They're not going to try to gamble, deny the basketball. What they're going to do is try to deny you from driving to the basket.
Lawrence works along the sideline. Jaron Johnson, everybody wants to talk about his scoring. His defense has also been pretty good. Shot clock down to 10. Betran. Lawrence goes down, 6 to shoot. And that's at least the third travel that Austin Peay has committed this afternoon.
If he would have stayed down and passed it, he was fine, because the ball actually started there. But once he took it from the floor up, see right here with the slip, see, he doesn't have the possession yet. So he's okay if he stays there. But when he gets up, then that's advancing on a walk.
5th turnover on the Governors. High-low, Goodwin, and Chris Horton with a hold. And now Horton barking at Will Triggs. Horton playing with a lot of energy and emotion, but I'm not sure that it's being channeled in the right way. His second foul, 3rd team foul on the Governors. And Chris Freeman, a sophomore from San Antonio, will check in for Horton.
Well, he was looking for some help on a cross. Certainly was a foul.
Jackson, a scoop, no score. Steffens comes up empty, but another offensive rebound. Johnson works against Anthony Campbell, knocked away, stolen. Here comes Triggs. Triggs, oh, and what a rejection by Barton. Cannot keep it in play. And the crowd here at FedEx Forum on its feet to salute the defense of Antonio Barton. The big hops and the rejection.
Well, Antonio Barton hangs. Look how he hangs just long enough to get it. That's a really nice play. Somebody should have been trailing to pick that up. That could have actually turned into a turnover basket.
Tarek Black gets his first action of the afternoon.
Well, we said the guys off the bench are going to give you energy, and that's exactly what's happened. You know, they're dying to get in the game.
Triggs, nowhere to go in the lane. Clock at 15 for Betran. Freeman steps out. And the weak side rebound, Jaren Johnson.
For Josh has gone 9 deep already with still 14 minutes to go.
Tigers is 2 for 10 from the floor. That'll help the percentage. Tarek Black, 12 minutes against Ohio, had 2 points and 3 rebounds. Crawford nearly a steal against Betran, who will take it in the lane, floated up and in.
Well, if you're Memphis, you got to say, can Austin Peay make an outside shot? Because so far it hasn't happened. Austin Peay's done a nice job of breaking down the defense, getting into the paint, and finishing.
4 of the 5. Oh, there's a slam. A pretty setup, and Steffens throws it down emphatically. I was about to say that 4 of the 5 Austin Peay field goals have come in the paint.
I'm not sure you can throw it over Steffens' head.
No. Steffens, a 43-inch vertical. Here a throwaway. Crawford beats Betran to the ball. Drop lead feed to Barton for the hoop. Oh, pretty play. And the Tigers now getting some energy. And I don't think I've ever seen Josh Pastner jump quite that high in front of the Tigers bench. Another takeaway. 3 on 2. Barton, step back, gun for 3, rimming no. Rebound, Johnson in traffic, back up and in. Jaren Johnson. It's an 11-2 run for the Tigers and a 14-10 lead. Timeout, Austin Peay. 12.
Tell you guys, look, that's a big run, but we're 6 down. You know, let's get a bucket and go 4 down and work our way back in it. But you can't get a 6-point basket, so take your time.
2 threes would work. Austin Peay has not even tried a 3 so far. Good hands by Antonio Barton, but then commits the foul. Got an initial deflection off of A.J. Lynch, who had just checked in, the freshman from Mobile, Alabama.
That's a great foul, though.
Exactly.
There's not a person in the arena, on the coaching staff. All 4 guys on the court came up and slapped him. If there's such a thing as a good foul, that was a perfect foul because it kept the momentum, kept the intensity going. No penalty, so it's no problem.
Governors have shot it well, 5 of 8, but they've turned it over 7 times. That has been their biggest problem this afternoon.
Well, high post set. You see the 2 picks on the opposite side trying for the outside shot. Memphis has been guarding the arc on out.
Will Triggs wants a little help. Nowhere to go.
Walking.
He walks. Yeah. He was trying to call for a timeout, but he dragged the pivot foot. Good defense. Tarek Black getting out on the perimeter and defending.
Well, on defense, Pete, when a guy picks his dribble up and turns his back, you close the space. And you do that because he can't turn his back to you then. And there's nowhere to go but backwards, and there was no help on the backside, and so the walk had to happen.
Talked with Josh Pastner before the game, and of course after the battle for Atlantis and the Tigers losing 2 games. He said, you know, we went to a boot camp mentality. And we really wanted to get down to basics, work very, very hard. And he said our practices have been short, but they have been very, very intense. And the intensity serving the Tigers well. 11:44 remaining in the first half. Tigers have scored the last 6. Center on December the 13th at the Nashville Convention Center. To register for your audition, visit agtauditions.com today, and maybe you could be one of those $1 million prize winners.
Well, this is what we talked about earlier that I thought was missing after the first basket. Nobody picked the guy up to deny the ball out of bounds. Well, Josh goes to the bench, and boy, has it paid off.
Crawford for 3, around and down.
I mean, that's a 3-point bucket when the other team doesn't even get a shot, so you could potentially say it's a 5-point play. That's a nice job. Turning a turnover into a basket, one of our keys to the game.
Crawford just 1 of 5 from 3 on Wednesday. Triggs trying to create space. Banked too hard. Rebound Stephens with the skying rebound. Tigers have opened up their largest advantage of the afternoon. Crawford, early delivery.
Good reset. Get the court balance. That's a nice job. You see the high post play. You're going to dribble off and step out. There you go.
Stephens the screen to step out. High-low feed. Black was being held. He said, I don't care. He got by Triggs, who had a hold of his jersey. And Tarek Black makes it an 11-point game at 21-10.
You ask why the step out. Well, the step out creates a space in the middle for your big guy to get more of a passing lane instead of just a small window to throw to.
Knocked away by Crawford. Took it away from Campbell. Stephens goes away.
But Memphis was broken Austin Peay's spirit because there was not a person back on defense. Look, you make a turnover, that's live. But somebody needs to get back. And everybody looked at each other and said, you know, what are you going to do? Well, it's accountability. It's what can you do? Watch the replay, Pete. Now, it's a great play from the top, as we talked about high-low. But see all the space that Tarek had to use. Well, now watch this play when it's made. There's the steal. But then watch all the red shirt. There's not a person back. You can count all 5 in your picture. Somebody's got to get back and make an effort. That's why the timeout came from a great coach, Dave Luce, that recognizes young players, which he has, and he knows it, and he's going to grow up with them. But he's going to say, look, guys, this isn't how it works. I know turnovers happen, but we're not going for lack of effort. I guarantee if you're in the huddle, that's exactly what he said.
10 turnovers on the Governors. And as a result of all the turnovers, Dave Luce has seen Memphis get 10 more shots off.
Well, and rebounds advantage. You know, Austin Peay's taking 8 shots. Now they're shooting a great percentage.
But it's only actually 9 shots, 5 of 9. Tigers 9 of 19. And another travel. This is a young team at Austin Peay in a big arena.
It's a tough spot.
Big opponent.
Against a team that unfortunately for Austin Peay is extremely hungry. If Memphis was 7-0, I'm not sure this would be the same thing, but these guys think they can get 2 wins at a time. I mean, they have to go out and win games, and they know it. And for that reason, they've been coming off the bench, starting the game with a lot of intensive pressure on defensive end. That's the difference tonight.
Black had it slapped away. Run out opportunity for Lawrence, but nothing there. Here comes Travis Betran, and then Betran.
Boy, Jim Johnson, he makes a difference.
Yeah, he does.
And I imagine there's going to be bad days where the over-energy doesn't really turn into good stuff. This isn't one of them, because he's really brought the energy to the court. And everybody, just as Josh said in our pregame, everybody just kind of followed behind him.
Meanwhile, the Governors, not much rhythm offensively because of all the turnovers. Bad dribble there. And Crawford called for a reach, and as Campbell had lost the ball, Crawford commits his second. 3 team fouls on the Tigers.
Well, the bad thing is up to 3-2 of Chris Crawford. So he'll have to come out. He was really liking the game the way it was played because he didn't have to control it. He was just part of the fun. That's kind of Chris's mentality. He doesn't necessarily have to be the spotlight, but he wants to be in it with his teammates.
Last 6 minutes plus for Austin Peay. 1 field goal, 7 turnovers. Not a good ratio. Nice high-low. Betran off the finish. The assist to Chris Freeman. Tigers won't play for a week. They will welcome Louisville to FedEx Forum a week from today. Certainly have not overlooked the Governors so far. 23-12. Sean, I wonder as Farrakhan Hall has checked into the ball game. Johnson works on the baseline. I'm wondering, knocked out by the Governors. Did that flagrant foul, did that light a little bit of a fire?
Yeah, I think it changed. It happened right in front of the bench. Happened to a very popular player. Went down to the floor, so everybody saw it. Josh went immediately to the bench, put in a couple of aggressive defenders. And Barton and Johnson really turned it around, and now, you know, the game's not in hand, but at least the tempo of the game is where Memphis wants it.
Tarek Black out, Shaq Goodwin returns. Farrakhan Hall, nice pass on the baseline. Knocked out of bounds. Tigers will keep with 5 to shoot.
It's about 3 or 4 blocks that Austin Peay has done with the basketball on the way up. You really got to protect it. Very quick hands, very athletic team.
5 to shoot. Antonio Barton, step back. Nope. Farrakhan Hall, offensive rebound. And then as Hall was just trying to get some balance to the floor, he was fouled.
The foul charge to Austin Peay, number 15.
Chris Freeman with the foul. 14 fouls on the Governors, so non-shooting, 9 and 11 remaining here in the first half. Sean Toohey, I'm Pete Pranica. Memphis Tigers basketball on Sports South. Glad you're with us. Tigers trailed early. A flagrant foul that lacerated the forehead of Adonis Thomas. And since then, the Tigers have really been going after it. And what a block by Shaq Goodwin. It's whistled as a foul, but a two-handed snuff.
Well, first of all, great effort by Joe Jackson to keep it away from being a breakaway. We talked about what was needed on the other side. That's good effort. Watch this. I'm looking for the foul.
Yeah.
You don't look up top. It's not up top.
And the fans here saw it on replay, and that was not a good call.
No, that's an outright bad call.
Betran to the free throw line where he is 84%. Betran 1 of 2. Well, Shaq Goodwin, in addition to being a great high school basketball player, Jaron Johnson, how about that? Rising, rolling to his left, and a right-handed shot.
Just a physical guard that can really go and stop.
And look at this. Nearly got a takeaway. It is a takeaway as he deflected it off of Herdy Lawrence.
You know, and a little bit of Jaron coming in off the bench. Not a lot to lose, you know, so he plays that way. That's where I'm not sure if he needs to start, because maybe he'll dial that back a little bit. Right now, he wants every second that he gets, and he plays it to the max. It'll be hard to keep him off the court, though.
But you can never have enough good bench players if you're willing to come in. Johnson for 3, too strong.
Good rebound.
Tigers shooting 47.5%. Takeaway Johnson. Attacks the rack. Johnson now with 6. And the Memphis bench has posted 19 points. None from the Governor's reserves. Nearly another turnover. Triggs on the move, rake free. Barton lines up a triple. It's through. The onslaught continues for the Tigers.
Well, one of our Toyota keys to the game, Pete, was turnovers and baskets after turnovers. It's exactly what happened. Good steal. Down to a 3, which is our 4th one tonight, which another team with 6 of them. They're well on the way there.
That's up and in for Betran and an and-one opportunity.
I think that, you know, Austin Peay needs to spread the court a little bit. Betran can score if he gets in the paint. Give him some opportunities to do so.
First foul on Farrakhan Hall. Timeout on the floor. Tigers 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. The lead is 15 between the Grizzlies and the Atlanta Hawks.
Not a bad gig we got today.
Not bad.
Watch hoops all day, 50-yard line.
Yep.
Corey brings us water. I mean, you know, this is kind of like a little bit of heaven.
It is. Travis Betran. He has been the lone bright
good
spot.
Player. Real good player. They need to find a way to get him the ball in scoring position more.
Betran with 10 points. 10 of the Governors, 16.
Yeah.
Our first look at Thomas Greer for the Governors. Farrakhan Hall met at the summit by Chris Freeman, and Freeman will take the foul.
Nice pass by Joe Jackson. I thought if he jumped straight up, he had the shot. A good look. What I like what Farrakhan Hall did was Farrakhan got the ball, and instead of shooting the ball, he took a step forward, closed the gap. That way, you know, there's a lot of body contact that's going to happen, and continued the shot.
Hall now 5 of 7 from the free throw line for the season.
A little quick, huh, Pete?
Yep.
Take your time. Don't shoot until you see the basket. There you go. That's a lot better.
Now, were you a front rim guy?
I was a front rim guy.
Front rim guy.
Yeah, I just want to shoot right over the front rim.
Yep. 1 of 2.
Yeah, he shot the first one fast, second one he did a nice job.
5 team fouls aside. Greer working in backcourt, being trailed by Joe Jackson, and Jackson a little too close.
But let me tell you what Greer did good, Pete. He kept his dribble. He kept moving with the basketball, and he kept it away from the defender. Yeah, he wasn't making the progress that he wanted, but he was still in control of the possession, where earlier the guys were trying to face up too much and put the ball in front. He kept it protected. That was a nice job by Greer.
Campbell, Chris Freeman, Preston Herring, Thomas Greer on the floor, along with Betran. Betran against Jaron Johnson.
Hey, he puts the ball out front. There you go. Protect the basketball.
Nice cut, blocking foul. Thomas Greer. And the foul called on Joe Jackson.
I'm not sure Barton gave Thomas Greer enough time to land. Let's see this, Pete. It's a close bang-bang call, but watch. Well, he's inside the paint. It's inside the circle, first of all. So yeah. That's a good call by the ref.
Thomas Greer, redshirt sophomore from Atwood, Tennessee. Played for West Carroll High School there. His father was his high school coach.
You're down 15 when the clock stopped. You have an opportunity to score. You have to make these.
Austin Peay now 3 of 5 from the free throw line overall. Well, Austin Peay had a season-low 9 turnovers on Wednesday against Oakland City College.
You give me Oakland City's nickname, Pete, and I swear I'll buy you dinner.
That I don't have for you, but 14 turnovers already by Austin Peay. Farrakhan Hall, wraparound Goodwin. Goodwin bides his time, posts up, and puts it in.
Two big guys playing well together. Shaq's got those soft hands for big guys. You talk about a nice combination. If you get a big guy who can catch a tough pass, well, two things happen. One, he catches it. Two, he'll get thrown a lot of basketballs because guys trust him to catch it.
Nice little overplay by Shaq Goodwin. What impresses me about Goodwin, not only a great basketball player, he was an all-state tight end and wide receiver in high school.
Yeah, that's not a good target to throw to. Let me play quarterback.
For the Governors, Triggs comes in and replaces Freeman.
They talked about playing here at Memphis. You're going to talk to somebody who at halftime that probably wished he probably had.
And we'll talk with Tiger head coach Justin Fuente at halftime. Big recruiting weekend for the Tiger football program, and football recruits have to like what they've seen from their basketball brethren, potentially.
See how Shaq, well, he made a bad pass.
And then got the strip, but then kicks it out of bounds.
That's okay. Look at Josh. Look, clapping. It's okay. The crowd's clapping. You know, people make mistakes. It's how you make them and what's going to happen. But the rebound originally was what impressed me. In a crowd, he didn't fall. We talk about freshmen usually go into the deck in a crowd. He didn't fall, and he didn't bobble the basketball. I think he's 1 in a million. I think this guy's really, really a little bit better than a lot of freshmen that people talk about.
Yeah, you would have him as an upperclassman.
Oh, no doubt.
And he's now part of an 8th game into his college career. Will Triggs on the pickup. 5.5 remaining.
When Austin Peay settles down, you know, they're athletic, they're smart, they can play. They just got out of their rhythm.
Well, you're young, you're excited, you're playing in an NBA arena against a very good opponent. And the elbow that Chris Horton threw, that one banked in by Joe Jackson. The Chris Horton flagrant foul on Adonis Thomas did not help Austin Peay at all.
By the way, let's go with the Mighty Oaks for Oakland City.
Very nice.
Yeah, B-Dub hollered in my ear.
Okay, you got the research department working.
I called a friend.
Phone a friend. Well, in that ball game, Austin Peay led wire to wire by as many as 25, which was, of course, the final margin as well. An 11-2 run to close the first half got them in control of the scoreboard, but the scoreboard has belonged to the Tigers for most of this one. A hoop and an and one for Will Triggs.
Really nice pass, right? Good ball pressure out front. Nice reverse dribble, kept the ball on his hip, protected it the whole way because Johnson was there. And what I liked, he closed the gap between Johnson. Watch how he closes the, see how he closes the gap there, Pete? That's how you protect the basketball. What a nice play. As I said, Austin Peay's got talent. He's very young. The crowd obviously influenced him. The speed of the game got him. Now it's settled down. It's trading baskets now for a long time.
Corey Arnson, freshman from Breeze, Illinois, checks in, averaging 6.5 points per game. Triggs at the line where he is a 73% free throw shooter. Considered one of the leaders on this very young Governors team. Team foul update, Tigers have 8, Governors have 5. Jaron Johnson with 6 points already. Jackson with 4. Johnson splits defenders, scoops and scores. Impressive young man.
He's really good. I tell you, you pay money to watch a guy play like that. That's nice. I like he plays the whole court. Hey, he doesn't take a play off, which means he has to come out some because he doesn't pace himself, and I think Josh is perfectly happy with it.
Tigers reserves 25 of the 37 points.
Where he got his energy. Went to the bench. Nice call by Josh Passer.
And part of it is because you don't have Adonis Thomas, who averages 12 a game. You know, your leading scorer goes to the bench with a laceration on his forehead. Tigers don't miss a beat. 8 to shoot. Triggs blocked by Black. Blocked by Black again. Hard Black active on the defensive end. The Governors keep with just 2 on the shot clock. There isn't anyone who is wearing blue and white this afternoon who has not played well. Jaron Johnson, the scoop and scored. Quick change, I believe.
They're a lock.
Yeah, they were on America's Got Talent. 2 on the shot clock. Betran for 3. Put it in.
Joe Jackson went, what?
Betran is a 47% three-point shooter. Oh,
can really play. Here's the zone. I figured we'd see one earlier. Stop the penetration of the zone. You can see how the ball has to go around the outside. Takes a little bit of the inside game away if you don't watch it.
Goodwin, high-low, thrown down by Stephens.
Nice job getting under the zone, into the middle. If you can get there, there's a weakness. Austin Peay can't let that pass happen from the top right into the paint.
Into the gaps, and DJ Stephens behind the zone with the throwdown. Stephens has 6.
Stepped out of bounds.
Another turnover on the Governors. Matt Hassey, junior from Naperville, Illinois, will check in.
Well, here's what breaks the zone down. If you can get a pass in the paint right there, that pass can't happen if you're playing zone. Then you got a 2-on-1 basketball game.
Because the zone is meant to protect the lane in the first place.
Exactly. And so when you give it up, it all falls apart. You got to make sure you protect the lane. There you go. Good job in the middle.
Deflection. Betran doubled, and he walked.
Well, referees looked at each other and said, I didn't see anything, did you? The other referee said, I didn't either, so that's where the call came. Good steal. Kind of lost his dribble halfway down. Travis is a good player, very heady. You can see why he scores double figures.
One of your keys, as you look at the Memphis Tigers starting 2 for 8, they caught fire because they were able to convert turnovers into points. 16 points off of 17 turnovers. Pitch out, Martin, too strong from 3. Shaq, the offensive rebound. Fresh clock, Tigers. Johnson, oh, the no-look to Stephens. That was pretty. (41-25). We'll visit with Tigers head football coach Justin Fuente at halftime. And Betran was fouled on his way to the rim. He'll go to the free throw line. Shaq Goodwin, the foul, his second.
Well, we talked about getting inside the zone. You see how it falls apart when you break that outside. You can't allow penetration. Stephens is having a career here coming from behind the zone. You don't know he's there. And for that reason, you turn your back, and with his jumping, it's too quick, too fast.
And if you're in the zone, you can't give the baseline up. That's why
the baseline. There's 2 things you never get up in the zone. You never get baseline, you never give the middle.
And on the last 2 possessions, he's done both.
And that's why it's an easy bucket.
Betran, leading scorer for the Governors, averaging 15 a game, puts the free throw down. 41-27.
Betran already in double figures. It's 7 straight games for him, too.
It is. Tigers with the turnover. Three ball by Lawrence won't fall. And Austin Peay out of bounds.
Well, Memphis has done a nice job of building a 14-point lead, Pete, which has been barely, as you said, trading baskets since it got to this level, 14, 15 points. So what happens now from a minute and 48 down? This is a good time to mark it. Do you go in 14 or do you go in 18? You're only going to get 2 possessions offensively to score.
Jackson with a double clutch, puts it in.
So now you make a stop, you get another bucket, you go in 18. That's a big difference going in 18 or, as opposed to 12 if you're giving up baskets. So nice job by Joe Jackson. Again, getting inside the zone. You and I need to do a little zone defense work on
Yeah, we need a clinic here, yeah. Austin Peay has not shot it poorly. Folks, they're shooting 59% from the floor, but 17 turnovers in the first half. If you're averaging 17 for a game, that's high. 10 to shoot. Betran for 3.
Nice, huh?
3-point basket by number 4, Travis Betran.
It's fun to watch. Quick release, perfect spin. Now they go out of the zone. Back to man-to-man. Just wasn't working.
Betran 6 for 6 from the floor. Out of bounds back to Austin Peay.
The court monster stole that one. It's the middle of nowhere. The ball goes away. It happens. Now, Austin Peay, you go to the other way, okay? You know, you got it down 13. Take your time. Get a good shot. You got an outside chance to get this single digits by half.
Betran. First miss from the floor. Steffens with a rebound. About 3 the difference. Shot clock and game clock. And Josh Pastner wants a timeout. 30-second timeout. Justin Fuente will join us at halftime. We'll have highlights and statistics as well. Tigers trying to remain perfect on the home floor. 4-0 so far. Tigers in the victory over Ohio on Wednesday. 51% from the floor. They forced 17 turnovers in that game. But they held Ohio to 38% shooting this afternoon. Austin Peay still shooting very well. 58%. Austin Peay for the season is a 46% field goal shooting team, and the Tigers were allowing opponents less than 41%. So things not going exactly according to form for Josh Pastner and the Tigers, but their opportunistic ability to score off turnovers has them up double digits at the moment.
A lot of times what Memphis does coming out of this timeout, it's a set play. They like to run things weak side, meaning away from the basketball. So I'm not sure they're going to do it, but you might want to keep an eye away from the basketball and going to the rim. On set plays, because they're so athletic, they don't want to run it in your face. They want to come behind where you're not watching, maybe for some sort of lob or at least a backdoor.
Jackson, Crawford, Black, Johnson, and Steffens. Governor's only 5 team fouls so far. So a foul does not put Memphis at the free throw line. It's not shooting.
You can run a little clock first. You can run it down to about 3 if you shoot at the horn.
Largest lead for the Tigers, 17. Governors once led it by 5. We're about 3.5 minutes in. 4 on the shot clock.
There's the
Crawford, lob, and a shot clock violation.
Told you to watch away from the basketball. That's what they love to do coming out of timeouts. Austin Peay did a nice job of defending it. Might have been there with a little bit higher pass.
Will Triggs will throw in Betran on the floor as well. They have combined for 25 of the 30 Austin Peay points. Good defense by Joe Jackson, and nothing comes of that. Tigers, with their defense, forcing 17 turnovers in the first half, converting those into 18 points and a 13-point lead over Austin Peay. We'll be back with halftime highlights and Tigers head football coach Justin Fuente.
You know, a big play. Sean Marion actually was from Clarksville, and they thought he might end up going there. He went to community college and ended up going to Vegas for a year, but a lot of talent around that area during those times.
Jaron Johnson starts the second half. Again, Adonis Thomas, a laceration above his left eye. Strong move by Stan Simpson to put it up and in.
I tell you, they can get 7 to 10 good minutes from Stan Simpson each game. That's okay. I mean, that's a nice move.
Joe Jackson, backcourt foul, his first.
Again,
Ziptick his second. Teams first.
Hey, look at Josh. He's fine. You know, guys need to learn that, you know, you can make mistakes and coaches will be perfectly happy with it as long as it's the right mistakes. And guarding somebody overly aggressive on the denying the ball inbounds, coaches will take those every time.
Josh Pastner telling us we want short, intense practices. This is, you know, frankly, I don't want to coach for 2.5 hours.
Said he lost interest.
Take away. Jackson flips it up and in.
Great pass, good steal, led to a bucket. I think we just talked about that at halftime.
I think we did. I think we talked about it for the first 20 minutes of the ball game too. It's been a recurrent theme. This is an Austin Peay team that was pretty sure-handed against Oakland City on Wednesday night. Only 9 turnovers.
9 turnovers, sure. This is not who they are.
Well, they've doubled it up. Chris Horton, he's the guy who committed the flagrant foul. Jump hook there that took Adonis Thomas. I mean, Adonis Thomas probably, we were told, could play if necessary, and Stan Simpson can't locate that one.
He ran out of his shoe.
To lace it up, big fella.
I had a shoe come off in Kentucky one time when I was doing this, and some real nice Kentucky fan hollered out, "You need your mama?"
Wow.
I can at least put my shoe on by myself. Tough crowds everywhere. Got a contact lens?
Okay. Well, looking for a contact lens.
You want Chris Horton to have a good first half. Obviously, he was off to a good start. He's very athletic, and obviously a good player, but, you know, got in the middle of a flagrant foul, and you can tell it really disrupted not only his half, but really energized the Memphis half. So, comes out here in the second half. Look at that. Finds it on the floor.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Take him Easter egg hunting with us. Right there, the manager. Good job. Got a little airtime, too. He deserved it. Look, he's got a grin on him. His parents are happy.
Because Austin Peay actually had a 5-point lead 3.5 minutes in. Little saline there. Get that cleaned up. Always, first rule of travel, and I wear contacts, always carry a spare pair.
You know, my roommate used to have contact lenses back in the day, and they were hard lenses. And my coach would never call timeout, and we were always exhausted. And we'd always hit him on the arm and say, "Now, Roger, lose a contact." And he'd go to the floor, and we'd all go to the floor. We'd get about a 2-minute break, and, you know, the coach would go, "Did we find it?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I found it on his shirt. We're good." We'd get one about every 3. You see the crowds booing. It's the greatest timeout in the world when your coach refuses to take them for you.
So Chris Horton has the contact lens back in. He's already been 3 times the Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Week.
That's good. Good player. Very, very athletic.
Memphis fans aren't going to want to give him a whole lot of credit. The elbow to the forehead of Adonis Thomas took care of a lot of the goodwill. Contact in place. Horton the dunk.
Comes out, gets first 2 baskets second half.
It'll be interesting to see how Dave Luce has rebooted this Austin Peay team, because from a ball security perspective, they could not have played any worse in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you go in, you say, look, guys, we couldn't have played any worse. We're down 13. Let's get the first couple buckets, get this single digits, and see what happens down the stretch. He had a story to tell, Pete, other than just go out and play your best.
Triggs, nope. Jaron Johnson claims the rebound. Johnson averaging 3.5 rebounds, playing in his 5th game for the Tigers. Simpson found Shaq Goodwin.
He's going to get an assist just because I give assists to everyone, but that was a little bit of an errant shot. And if Shaq was a good teammate, he'd go up to him and go, "Really nice pass."
Hawks in town. And those 2 teams will square off at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have it for you at 7 o'clock, I beg your pardon. We'll have it for you here on Sports South, beginning with Grizzlies Live, presented by Chuck Hutton Toyota at 7:30. 6:30. What am I? Well, like an hour off.
You're okay.
6:30 for Grizzlies Live. 7 o'clock test. Why did I move to the Eastern time zone? Retry missed. Triggs offensive rebound. The putback in the and one.
Well, what happens, Austin Peay goes in at halftime, and Coach Luce says, "Look, guys, just play. Don't worry about it. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. But you got to relax." Well, this is what you call relaxing, keeping the ball alive. Good job. Good finishing with a bucket. Now, if you're Memphis, you can't let Austin Peay get back into this.
No.
Because you let a team that's athletic and young come from behind and close the gap. All of a sudden, they got something to play for. And no longer do you have the advantage.
Free throw missed. Triggs has 9. Betran, the game-high scorer, with 18. Crawford. Goodwin runs it down. And then a careless pass, but then knocked loose. Good hands by the Tigers. Jaren Johnson flips it up and in. Tigers did a good job of saving the possession after Shaq Goodwin threw an ill-advised pass.
Well, with Jackson, Johnson, and Crawford on the court, you've got a lot of active hands and guys that want to turn a play into an offensive play quickly.
Three try way too strong. Rebound Shaq Goodwin. And Shaq Goodwin was an all-state
tight end,
not an all-state quarterback. But, Sean, this comes back to something that Josh Pastner told us before the game. He said, Austin Peay, what scares me most is if they were to get hot from 3. But Austin Peay, just 2 of 4 from 3. They do shoot a healthy percentage, 37%, but the Tigers have done a good job of taking away the three-point shot. Shaq Goodwin wrestles it away. 4-on-1. Lob to nobody.
Well, Chris Crawford looks at Steffens and goes, there's nobody in this arena that can jump higher than you. Why would you give in to anybody?
Yeah,
even if it isn't to you, go steal it. He's a nice kid. Look, he said, this was up to me. Chris Crawford said, you find somebody jump higher than you, I'll throw it to them.
Third turnover on Crawford. 17, the largest lead for the Tigers this afternoon. Goodwin, another takeaway. Johnson. His athletic ability, because that was not a good pass from Shaq Goodwin, and we've got a Austin Peay timeout. That was not a good pass, but still the athletic ability of Jaren Johnson to track it down and get it into the bucket. 30-second timeout taken by Dave Lewis.
I'm going to go a little bit further back. The athletic ability of Shaq Goodwin on the steal, to tap it away, but to run it down and catch it. His feet react so much quicker than big guys normally do, and that big body moves very well.
New feature on Tigers telecast, our fast break of the game, brought to you by Memphis Ortho. Again, the Tigers working it with the turnover. It's your Memphis Orthopedic Group fast break of the game. Tigers up 53-36, equaling their largest advantage of the afternoon.
Well, Jaren Johnson double figures. I think he's the only Tiger in double figures.
He is. Betran has 18 for the Governors.
He's getting a little extra time because Adonis Thomas probably isn't going to play, which is probably a smart move. But he missed out on some time early in the season, so this is well-spent time for Jaren Johnson on the court. He needs to just get his wind, get used to playing a lot of minutes.
Nice play by Steffens with a step in front. Johnson's going to run it down, lay it up, and in! The athleticism of the Tigers helping the lead to 19. Blocked by Goodwin. Second chance opportunity converted by Anthony Campbell.
Smart play by DJ Steffens. The only person who had a chance to catch that would have been Memphis. And if Austin Peay did get it, they were 90 feet from the basket. What a nice play.
Crawford. Out of bounds, last touch by the Governors, and a timeout on the floor. 15 fast break points for the Memphis Tigers. Up 17. Great overplay. Tigers turn the floor, and Johnson. What a play.
Sure, 4G networks are powerful to get stuff to you fast. But is that all there is to them? There's only one 4G network that first gets to know you and then brings you things that are right for you. Fast. For a faster you, join C-Spire. Personalized wireless.
It's cinematic, it's HD, it's 4G, it's here. The Samsung Galaxy S.
Football fans, Kia, the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and Chick-fil-A are giving you the power to spice up your tailgating party. Enter now for a chance to win a 2013 Kia Sorento or a first prize tailgating package that includes a high-def TV, stainless steel grill, Chick-fil-A gift card, and 4 tickets to the Chick-fil-A Bowl on New Year's Eve. Nothing says tailgating like Kia and a Chick-fil-A nugget tray. So visit your local Chick-fil-A for your next tailgating party and go to carsforcows.com to enter for a chance to win.
Dear Honda, thanks for the deal you got my sister at your holiday sales event. Shotgun! Rides in her Civic are full of valuable information.
Tim's parents are gone. Party!
Interesting. Plus, my iPod connects to the car. And since she saved so much, she's going to be a lot nicer. Love, Samantha.
More happiness with every Honda during Happy Honda Days. Get a great deal on the 2012 Civic at your Honda dealer.
Furman battles the Lady Gamecocks tomorrow at 3 on Sports South.
Tiger t-shirts. Check out Chevrolet's proud sponsor.
A nice little buy one, get one free for Memphis Ortho in the fast break.
BOGO.
A BOGO.
And we welcome them as a new sponsor here to Tigers telecasts on Sports South. Tigers turn it over. Steele Arntzen. Corey Arntzen, freshman from Breeze, Illinois, recruited as a shooter. This is a very young Austin Peay team. Dave Luce has Crawford with a knockaway on the entry pass attempted, and then a three buried by Betran. Betran, a native of Harlem, New York. No look. And, wow, a monster throwdown by Steffens. Joe Jackson threw a bullet. Steffens with 10. His career high is 15. He did that in the battle for Atlantis against Minnesota. Nifty little crossover, a scoop. Won't give him the score.
Reminds me a little bit of about 5-6 minutes into the first half. Austin Peay all of a sudden lost confidence. Memphis jumped on him, got 3 or 4 quick baskets. Nice little move. There's the foul. About 4 hours from now, that play would count. With the NBA, it's called continuation. In college, the play stops at the foul.
Foul on Arntzen. Whoops. Joe Jackson slips to the reverse. Tell you what, Chris Horton having himself a nice second half. He had 21 and 11 with 5 blocks against Oakland City on Wednesday night.
Well, Joe Jackson, a little bit errant pass there, kind of got away from him, but with that last bucket, he goes double figures. Second Tiger to do so. Bunch of assists piling up. That's a stat sheet Josh Bassler's going to like.
16 assists on 26 baskets for the Tigers. Trigg looking for an entry opportunity for the Governors, who came into this afternoon's game at 4-4, and an offensive foul is called on Will Triggs. First foul on Triggs.
Peay's about half of your points from off the turnovers. That's something that Josh is really going to like. Good step out. Yeah. Big guy going down hard. As Al McGuire would say, he fell down in sections.
Indeed. And he would probably call Tarek Black an aircraft carrier.
He's definitely an aircraft carrier.
Miss Al McGuire, and now Rick Majerus has passed on as well. Majerus was just a young assistant for that 77 national championship team at the old Omni in Atlanta. High-low, Black trying to get a seal, draws the contact. You've got Memphis Tigers basketball on Sports South with Sean Toohey. I'm Pete Pranica. Glad you are with us. Austin Peay got off to an early 5-point lead 3.5 minutes in, but could not sustain. Tigers built a lead of as many as 17 in the first half. Now lead it 59-43. Tarek Black at the free throw line, where he is 11 of 21 before that make. Also, you will not see Adonis Thomas the rest of the afternoon. A flagrant foul elbow from Chris Horton to the forehead of Adonis Thomas. And Thomas waits on the bench. Leading scorer for the Tigers. Not scoring. Tap offensive rebound. Crawford a miss. Rebounded traffic by Horton. Tigers at 5-2. Steffens skies for the rebound. Black. Player control foul. Tarek Black. Crowd doesn't like it. Arntzen is a freshman and gets bonus points for the guts to stand in against Tarek Black. Take another look.
Let's see what happens. I'm okay with that. I'm okay just because he stood in front of Tarek Black. You got to give the guy something.
Yeah, no question.
But I think it's a good play.
Probably a matter where Dave Luce said at halftime, who's going to compete?
Who's going to play? Got a lot of minutes left.
Arnson averaging 6.5 points per game. On the feed to Anthony Campbell. Doubled. Knock away from behind Steffens, but then Triggs is able to find it and put it in. Will Triggs averaging right around 10 per game, has 11 this afternoon to go along with a couple of rebounds. 7 gone by second half. Steffens can't locate that one.
A little careless. This usually happens when guys get tired. If there's a hockey term, be into the shift. You got to get guys out, get fresh, find somebody to bring energy. Well, that's not too far down the bench for Josh. He knows exactly where to go. You know, again, you take away about 3 minutes in each half. Austin Peay's played well, but each half there's been about 3 minutes where they just really lost their focus and let Memphis run up points.
Martin in for Jackson.
Only had 3 seconds. Good job down the cross.
Hesse returns to the lineup. Gets Will Triggs. Tigers don't play until a week from today. Steffens with an overplay. Got the deflection off of Chris Horton.
You know, I don't know what Steffens' stats will be tonight. They'll be okay today. They'll be okay. I mean, it's a good game. But this may be the best game I think I've seen him play as a Tiger. I mean, he's both ends of the court. He's getting a lot of minutes in, too, which is important. But on defensive end, he's been as active as ever. I think he's really having a big game.
Averages 5 and 5. He has 10 and 7 this afternoon. His second double-digit scoring game of the season. The senior from Killeen, Texas, Jaron Johnson. Got his own miss. Couldn't get it to fall. Black can't get it to fall. Arnson battling for the rebound, and he knocks it out of bounds. Fresh clock for the Tigers. 12:09 for the game. Jaron Johnson, a native of Dayton, Ohio, finds Crawford open for 3. Rebound Hesse.
Austin Peay, a chance to cut it below 15, which you got to judge where you are, where you're going to play. You got to look at the clock and find wins where you can get them.
Arnson try to pass inside, knocked down by the Tigers. And a timeout on the floor. 11:48 remaining in this one. The Tigers maintaining a double-digit lead, shooting 57% from the floor. That's worth the trip right there. For more information, visit Grizzlies.com. The annual toy drive presented this year by Sonic at the Hilton Memphis on the 18th. And a foul as Anthony Campbell made his move. Took a smack upside the head from Chris Crawford. Third on Crawford, 4th team foul on the Tigers, 3 on the Governors, who will take a week off, and then they will play Arkansas State a week from tomorrow on the road. Arnson, line drive.
Another rebound.
Steffens, we talked about it, 43-inch vertical, incredible hops. The athleticism of the Memphis team cannot be overstated.
All right, ball got deflected. You can go back court and get it.
Travis Betran, leading scorer for Austin Peay on defense there. Brown wanted a foul on Horton. They have not liked his play this afternoon one bit. Steffens steps out. 5 on the shot clock for Johnson. He'll rise from 3.
Good defense at that time, Austin. We went back to their contained defense, which keeps everybody away from the basket. And outside shot's an outside shot. That was a nice defensive stand by the Governor.
Arnson traveling.
Memphis basketball.
Tigers have gone 4 minutes without a field goal. Joe Jackson scored with 14:48 remaining in the ball game. Tigers have led by as many as 19. That lead came 4 minutes into the second half. Good athleticism by Johnson to keep Campbell off him and keep his balance and therefore his pivot foot. Martin for 3. Steffens, another rebound. Fresh clock. Johnson, pocket past him. Black for the dunk.
Steffens kept it alive. What's that, 10-9 now?
10-9 indeed. So DJ Steffens has doubled his season averages this afternoon. Again, Adonis Thomas, leading scorer for the Tigers, averaging 12 a contest, not playing. And that one spiked back by Steffens. Will it ignite a fast break? Johnson. Nice move by Crawford.
Nice pass by Johnson. Didn't have numbers, backed it out, and because Chris Crawford was hustling, created numbers. That's a nice job on a fast break.
This match is the largest lead for the Tigers this afternoon.
Pete, sometimes it's not how fast you run a fast break, it's how well you have the court awareness to run a fast break. Sometimes slowing the ball down will give you a fast break. Here's a prime example. All right, there, right here, there's a potential fast break off the block, but the ball kind of gets deflected outside, and so all of a sudden you stop, you wait, and a 2-on-2 becomes a 3-on-2 because you didn't force the play. So sometimes going slower makes for a better fast break.
Steffens 10-9. Here's it from the crowd. Farrakhan Hall back in the lineup for the Tigers. Three-pointer put up by Betran.
That was a great shot with a hand in his face, about 3 feet back from the college line.
How about you have Betran and Jaron Johnson play one-on-one?
Yeah, let's just, well, that's about what happened on that one, but let's just go ahead and make it a cage match because those two guys will get physical.
Hall, reverse pivot, dump down to Black.
No, Josh is going to love the assist tonight. You know, points after turnovers, and then you go to assist, and basically accounts for all the Memphis points.
19 assists on 29 buckets for the Tigers. There'll be a lot to like when they watch the video here. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Governors. It's been a very disciplined Memphis team. They have been active, they have been physical, they have moved the ball and themselves, but not recklessly so, because sometimes you can confuse effort with activity.
The big guys have done a nice job doing a lot of high-low. That was one in tight space, but nonetheless a good one.
Blocked from behind by Tarek Black. Chris Freeman thought he was going to have an easy run to the hoop. Barton foul. 4th team foul on the Governors. Thomas Greer returning to the lineup, commits his first.
Number 11, Thomas Greer, his first personal foul. Foul number 4 against the Governors.
Tigers don't play on the road until January the 4th when they go to Rocky Top to take on the Volunteers. Enjoying a nice 7-game homestand. Jaron Johnson among the trees. And deflected, last touched by the Tigers.
That's good no call. Again, this is what we thought Austin Peay would do, protect the basket. And when they do that, it's a good defense. Big team. You know, I think in their conference they'll have size advantage. Not tall, but every position has good height, good size. Betran will score. He's proven basically he's a double-figure guy every night.
And a slip by Anthony Campbell. Turns it over and gives it back to the Tigers. Sean, how about this? Tigers 50 paint points. At the next level, 50 is a big number for a game.
Still got 8:27 to go, but they've done a nice job of getting to the rim. They've done a nice job passing the ball in tight spaces. The guys from Memphis have handled the ball well today. No windows. I have no idea what time it is.
No windows, no clock.
No clock, no nothing.
And we get to work again tonight. You want to do the game tonight?
Let's do 2.
All right, Farrakhan Hall misses. Black, the long arms. Got the offensive rebound in the stick. Black. Tarek Black.
Yeah, Tarek needs a good game. One that he can play, get tired, get used to it, get his wind going again, because as the season goes on, he's going to be very, very vital.
Tigers now their largest lead. It's up, it's in, and a foul. Will Triggs, a 3-point opportunity. Farrakhan Hall, the foul. 3-point opportunity for Will Triggs. Triggs with 13. He and Travis Betran have been the whole story for the Governors this afternoon. Second foul on Hall.
obviously Josh knew that and told the guys, you know, if you don't make an effort, they'll let you shoot from outside. Well, don't take the easy look. We've still got to get in the paint. We've got to get high percentage shots.
Will Triggs makes the free throw to give him 14, his season high 15 against Samford in the season opener. And the Tigers a little careless trying to get the ball into front court, deflected out by Campbell. It'll stay with the Tigers. Johnson, Crawford, Barton, Black, and Hall. It's the 5 for Josh Pastner. Tigers trying for their 150th win inside FedEx Forum. 149-17 since moving into this facility 9 seasons ago. Black fading away. Didn't get the bank to fall. Freeman the miss. Bart one-on-one. Slaloms. Can't get it. Reload. Nope, by Crawford. Out of bounds to the Governors. Big day of basketball here in Hoop City. Tigers this afternoon, Grizzlies tonight when they host the Atlanta Hawks. We'll have it for you here on Sports South. 6:30 for Grizzlies Live, presented by Chuck Hutton Toyota. Sean and I, along with Rob Fisher, will have the call tonight.
Probably excited that you referred to it as Hoop City.
I did. Third foul on Farrakhan Hall. And we'll be happy to welcome Elizabeth Moreau to the telecast tonight. A little social media. So for all you who are following myself or Fish on Twitter, Elizabeth Moreau is going to help augment that a little bit. We'll do some social media. And a very active Twitter following. We appreciate all the tweets, thoughts, and comments as Triggs steps to the line for the 1+1.
Now, Triggs kept playing. You know, he was obviously outsized in his position, and at first it kind of intimidated him, but he's played through it, and he's gotten tough on the court, gotten physical, got to the free throw line now a couple times, but he's gotten some good looks, good baskets, and he's having a very good second half.
Averaging 10 a game. Triggs with 15 on the afternoon. Nice pass. Farrakhan Hall from Crawford. The other thing that Josh Pastner will like about this, everybody's contributed. Everybody's played well. There isn't anybody that you could look at on video and say, man, you know, we played well except for this guy, because they've all played well. Barton, 2-on-1. Jackson will get the finish.
Good pass by Chris Coffey. Good outlet pass by Shaq Goodwin on the rebound. Referee cleaning up the play. It was a good call. Shaq's a big guy. Look at that.
6'9", 246, and I'm not sure that he might be even a little taller.
I think he's usually you get an inch or two taller report. I think he's taller than 6'6". He's every bit of 240 something because he's good. Moves on his toes. Very nice.
Triggs with the 1-and-1 front end conversion. 18 fouls on the Tigers, 4 on Austin Peay. As you look at Shaq Goodwin, 26 double-doubles as a senior in high school. 20-9 Wednesday against Ohio. They haven't needed all that much scoring from him this afternoon. 4 points, 7 rebounds. Jackson called for a player control foul as Greer went flying. And the hometown crowd accusing Mr. Greer of a flop. That's the 3rd foul on Joe Jackson. So Hall, Jackson, Crawford, and Goodwin all with 3 fouls for the Tigers. Been the Betran show this afternoon. Blocked by Shaq. Triggs gets it back, misses, and a foul call.
First of all, I think it's a good call. Second of all, I think they're rewarding Austin Peay for playing through the game, regardless of the score. because that was a nice offensive set. They cleared it out, got inside the paint, good block, didn't quit on it, didn't complain, went back up, got it, then got the foul. You know, that's how you get better at playing basketball. You play through the situation.
10 team fouls on the Tigers, so double bonus the rest of the way for the Governors. Tarek Black comes in, replacing Goodwin. Goodwin sits with 4 fouls. Goodwin has as many assists as points, 4 of each, 7 rebounds. Missed both free throws. But to your point, Sean, as Tarek Black returns to the lineup, I think this is the game that Tarek Black really needed. That one finished off by Anthony Campbell.
Anthony's played well. He's come in, overplayed a lot of defensive possessions, forced some bad passes, given good effort on both sides.
Jackson. Oh, pretty feed, Tarek Black. Unselfishness by Farrakhan Hall.
Yeah, nice pass by Farrakhan. And Farrakhan's going to be needed. I mean, you know, 40 minutes, no, but some minutes. And so to keep his confidence, to keep his game fresh, these are good minutes for him.
Double clutch by Betran comes up with air.
Heard the basketball get hit on the way up.
I thought so too. Barton airmails the 3. Good pass to Black. The and 1 for Tarek Black.
I had 830 of them. I recognize an assist when I see one.
Yeah, I didn't think Barton was going to miss it that badly. Here's a guy who shoots 43% from 3 for his career. Freeman's 3rd foul. Black to the line. All right, you're the official scorer.
Well, it depends if you're related to the shooter or the receiver. I'm giving him a pass, although I think it was just a really bad shot.
Tarek Black converts to the 3-point play.
Good minutes for Barton. Well, Antonio's having a nice year playing out of his brother's shadow. He's his own guy now, and he's really become a nice player here at Memphis.
8 for Barton. He has 2 of the 4 Memphis triples on the afternoon. Top of the key look for Freeman. And Johnson just has 1 speed. Jackson. Hall with a turn hook. Dances won't drop. And Johnson. He may have jammed a finger.
Yeah.
That's smart. Take a basketball full speed on the tip of your finger. And Austin Peay. You know, they got so far behind, Sean. They're not really a comeback team because they do run such a structured offense. And they've only tried 6 threes. They've made 4 of them. I'm a little surprised that they may not have tried more of those as Arnson, who's a 47%er from beyond the arc. And that was the one thing that Josh Pastner said, if Austin Peay gets hot from 3, now we've got to worry.
Blitz to neutralize with the 3-point shot is because you don't need a lot of possessions to score a lot of points if you make a lot of threes. They're gonna get Johnson out. Take a look at that thumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is timeout on the floor.
Timeout on the floor. 3:49 remaining in this one. MemphisTigers.com or 888-HOOP for the Pepsi Family Value Game. The Atlanta Hawks winning last night at home against Washington. Grizzlies taking care of business against the New Orleans Hornets. Rudy Gay tied his season high with 28. Johnson has that one slapped back by Chris Horton. Tigers still in possession with 3.5 remaining. Solid all-around effort by the Tigers. Up, under, deflected away, ball loose. And Joe Jackson guilty of the foul. That'll be free throws for Austin Peay. That's 4 on Jackson.
A good catch by the ref. Happened to be in perfect angle to make that play. It was a pretty sneaky play by Joe. He kind of grabbed him at the last second and ended up with the basketball, but referee made a nice call. Now trying to figure out who got fouled.
Damian Wilson at the scorer's table. Yeah, the only thing that the Tigers would take away from this, they would not be happy with 20 fouls. Jackson with 4, Crawford with 3, Goodwin with 4, Hall with 3. Corey Arnson to the free throw line for a pair. Just 18 years of age. Had a 20-point game against Berea for Dave Lewis. I'm not sure. Referee conference. Governors had won 2 of their last 3, defeating Oakland City and Berea, losing to Fairfield on the road. They have played 2 other road games at Western Kentucky, at DePaul, losing both of those. They're without Jerome Clyburn, who normally would play some point guard for them, had a knee issue and then hurt his hamstring against DePaul. Black backs down, player control foul, Tarek Black. 3 on him.
Well, obviously, the game is not in question. 3 minutes to go, Memphis is going to win this game. The question is, how are you going to finish it? And that's 2 turnovers in a row without getting a shot. If he lowers his shoulder, it's charging. I don't know. It's a coin toss. If it's that close, depends who you're cheering for.
Tigers with 23 turnovers, 25 for the Governors. Off the side of the board, one of the few poor shots by Betran. Damian Wilson comes on, freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. Played his senior year at the famed Oak Hill Academy. They went 44-0, won a high school national championship. Wilson with it now. High-low, Black short-armed it, missed twice. Shaq, offensive rebound, that won't fall. And out of bounds to the Governors.
It's tough sometimes bringing it home when you got a big lead. Josh wants to get guys off the bench in, but 17, 2:20, maybe a little early. He'll wait about another 30, 40 seconds. Then he'll empty.
Greer works against Crawford.
Walking, sure.
Horton does not agree with you or the referee.
Well, he kept walking. You got to stop.
I think Horton's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
Probably needs to rein in the emotion a little bit.
A little bit. When he gets to be a senior, he can act that way because you'll know how to handle it. This freshman is just sometimes unbridled.
I have a feeling that he was really amped to play against Shaq Goodwin today. Look at Crawford finding Barton for the easy one. $19-point lead. Greer has it knocked away. Kept in play by Shaq. Hello. Wilson gets the easy one. He's now shooting 5 for 6 for the season. Damian Wilson.
That's good.
It's a high percentage shooter.
I've seen him dunk 3, so he's got 2 shots other than that.
Arnson faces up.
Nice shot by Arnson. Nice little player, too, as a freshman. Dave Luce knows what he's got. He's got good talent, very young talent, very inexperienced talent. This is a tough venue for these guys to break in, but it's a great one. Because now the rest of the year, they don't care who they play. They can go, hey, we lived through it. It's okay.
Yeah, you go to DePaul, you go to Western Kentucky, you take your lumps. Tarek Black. Boy, it's a big man bucket underneath.
1 minute remains.
And Josh Pastner and Tarek Black, they had their conversation.
Yep.
Black says, I'm 2 feet in. Step back gun. It's through for 3 for Betran. Betran with 27. That is a new career high for him. He had 22 against Western Carolina, so Betran has gone off 5 of 6 from beyond the arc.
Well, we highlighted him at the front. He didn't let us down. He's a double scorer every night.
Tarek Black. That one pops out. Shot clock is off. 83-65. Tigers move to 6-2. The Governors down to 4-5 and remain winless on the road. They are next on the road at Arkansas State next Sunday.
And the game for Memphis, number 12, Anthony Cole, and number 15, Trey Draper.
Anthony Cole, Trey Draper check in. Draper, the junior from Mitchell High School here in Memphis. Anthony Cole from Arlington, Tennessee. Played a couple of years at Briarcrest. Tigers with 5 in double figures. And they put 83 on the board, 10 above their seasonal average. And after the Governors got off to an early 5-point lead, a flagrant foul by Chris Horton against Adonis Thomas kind of lit a fire under the Tigers, and they go on and win it largely unchallenged the rest of the afternoon. 83-65 is your final, the 150th victory for the Tigers in